Welcome to Maruti Suzuki Devil Circuit Swift Challenge co-presented by Lotus Greens. A competition where teams from top companies go head-to-head in a battle to be crowned the toughest corporate team in India. It needs a combination of muscle and intellect. And it's a challenge where designations are left in the dust. The only thing that matters here is how quick you are on your feet and with your mind. But a tough cheese hai bhai. Each team will consist of 3 members with a mixed gender composition. The total age of all 3 team members must add up to 100 years or more. The weight total is also crucial. If there are 2 females and 1 male, the total weight should be 190 kgs or more. And if there are 2 male and 1 female member, the total weight should be 210 kgs or more. Okay then, we are in Hyderabad and we stand at the halfway point. The competition is going to be intense and there is no room for errors. Let's zoom in on the action playing out on the circuit.
I was so excited. At the back of my mind, the scary feeling was there, but then it was amazing.
First thing that occurred to me is that it was not all about physical fitness. Physical fitness was one element of it.
I found I was a little tensed. Now, this is the first time I'm doing it.
The first thing that comes into your mind when you see the track is like, oh man, anybody can do it. But then when you see the first wave going through that obstacles, then you get a feeler of it. I mean, this is not going to be easy.
The course consists of 9 obstacles, 6 physical and 3 mental. The participants must finish the course in a maximum of 6 minutes. For every incomplete or incorrect obstacle, a penalty of 2 minutes will be added per obstacle. In case the participant doesn't cross the finish line in 6 minutes, a 2-minute penalty shall be added for each incomplete or incorrect obstacle. A further 2-minute penalty will be added for not crossing the finishing line. But there's another catch. The teams don't run together. Each participant will run in a separate wave with contestants from different teams. It's the cumulative time taken by all 3 team members that shall determine their ranking on the leaderboard.
Our strategy was more to cut the time. The entire task was for 6 minutes. So we thought we should complete the task much before the time.
When the first wave went out, so the first person fell out. Yeah, he fell from the first. Yeah, and got injured badly.
It was really alarming for us.
Yeah, so that actually gave us the actual feel of that track, that it's not going to be very easy.
Up first are the punishing barriers, an uphill-downhill mountain of 5 walls of varying height. An intense warm-up to the race, this requires good upper body strength and strong leg muscles. The participants have underestimated the strength and energy required to conquer these walls. Exhaustion has caught up with them right at the start.
The moment I started it, I got stuck on the first wall. And then to gather energy, do it completely. After 2 walls, I was not able to complete that obstacle.
There was a series of 5 walls, 3 feet, 6 feet, 3 feet, 6 feet, and then again a 3 feet. You know, by the time you climb down the second wall, you're already exerted. And then you have this in your mind that you have another 3 walls to cross. And then I think for me, it took the largest or the longest time to cross that particular obstacle.
That wall thing is tough for me, I am thinking, because of my height.
You have to climb the walls in quick succession. If it was paced like one at the beginning and then second at some after like 20-30 meters, it would have been much easier.
The next obstacle involves a slanting climb with supports. Contestants then come down with the support of a rope or a pole. This is not for those who are afraid of heights.
Second one appeared to be difficult, huge setup, but it was easy to do, except the pole part of it. We got bruises while doing it.
Just that because we were not wearing the gloves, so I think the climb and the climbing down the rope, it hurts a bit.
Rope one was the toughest one because I was a little scared to get down from there.
The mental jigsaw puzzle requires a participant to put together a 16-piece image of a Maruti Suzuki Swift. It might look easy, but it is one of the hardest challenges to overcome.
It sounds really easy, but then once you're already stressed up in your mind because of the hurdles and everything. But a simple thing which a kid can do, but at that point of time when you have all the stress and all the tension running in your mind, it's impossible to do it. And then you have a time limitation as well.
We saw that almost everybody was really consuming a lot of time in that jigsaw puzzle.
Yeah.
Only one guy who completed that, he ended up just the things.
Yeah, his time was out in the middle of the task.
His time was elapsed. So we that time decided that we will not opt for it. We will quit it and just opt for other options.
We could identify the corners and the headlights of a Maruti Suzuki.
We took more time there.
I want to attempt the puzzle so as not to miss that 2 minutes penalty. I skipped the puzzle one. I'll keep it for the end.
Place where actually our speed was being reduced was on the mental challenge. It was meticulously made, arranged in such a manner that the first mental challenge was very of a higher grade.
I shouldn't have spent time on the mental obstacle that is, the scrambled picture. There I spent near about a minute, which I shouldn't have done. At the back of the mind, the clock is running, It's a time constant, obviously. So, you are nervous, you are scared, and then this is the first time I'm attempting. And I'm so cautious. I didn't have that presence of mind. So, which was needed to complete that task.
So this is what it all comes down to. Victory has its price. It's taken a lot of hard work, training and grit for teams to reach this stage. Do the teams have it in them to dig deep and bring forth a last burst of energy? Will there be a late surge by a team that will rearrange the leaderboard? We'll find out after the break. Let me till then solve this jigsaw and Bhabiji, remote chupa dijiye. I don't want your husband to switch the channel. Welcome back to the Devil's Circus Swift Challenge. The leaders need to maintain their focus from now on. The last leg of the competition it is, those nipping at their heels will have to dig deep into their reserves of stamina. After the mental jigsaw lies a physical maze of ropes called the laser chords. It is a lot more difficult than the guitar chords, chahe wo A minor ho, chahe B minor. This 30 feet obstacle requires a good eye and body coordination, without which the contestant is bound to trip.
Once entering into that laser thing, I couldn't see the ropes, which one is which one, and I couldn't see the way to pass that obstacle. However, I crossed it very difficultly.
I knew in the back of mind that if I fall here, then it's going to really entangle me. So that was buzzing in my mind. So there I think I have consumed a lot amount of time.
It was difficult for me to bend and go through that, and my shoes were getting stuck in between. I thought I would complete that at ease, but it took more time than I anticipated, and it was more challenging as well.
Up ahead are the torture trenches. The contestants have to crawl under a 24 feet iron tunnel. Contestants have to keep their course tight and strong and involve their shoulders to the maximum to beat this one.
As my height is 5'11", I couldn't just crawl from that. So I just slowly crawled underneath that.
We were planning to crawl actually in that tunnel, but we could make out in the video that you can actually run by bending down.
Yeah.
So it has really helped us.
You know, you're suddenly crawling through this tunnel obstacle, and your body is entirely bent, and then you are supposed to just get up, and just in front of you there's a screen with some numbers and some multiplicative or some, you know, subtraction and BODMAS formulas out there.
Very simple one.
For a couple of seconds, your eyes are blurred. You can't see what is displayed on the screen.
A seemingly easy math question can confuse the smartest of people. This mental math challenge is based on the concept of BODMAS.
What is A, B, C, D? For a couple of seconds, you are totally blank. You are blacked out. And you know, suddenly the mind comes into a retaliation mode, and then it starts recognizing the numbers and the symbols and mathematical thing. And then that's like a hitch to your complete obstacle run.
I put a lot of time on the mathematical question, but by the time I reached and saw the television, I was overexhausted, and the numbers were looking more numbers than it looked like. So what a simple math would take lesser time, that took more time, because we need to get it to the right instance at the first time.
I'm not that perfect in math. From my childhood, I used to get scared of math. You know, calculations, subtractions, multiplications, no. But I did it.
When I reached to that maths puzzle, I lost my mind. When it's come near about 35 minus 3, I thought, what is that? 35 minus 3, 35 minus 3 is near about 32.
And there also you are totally numbed, and what is to be done first. So thank God, I remember Mohini telling us before the event that if there is some kind of this thing.
BODMAS.
So remember the BODMAS formula, and we did accordingly. I think we could solve it correctly.
Quickly, yes.
The race is reaching a deciding moment. Every point counts from now on. Every obstacle must be crushed. The wait is nearly over. Another obstacle involves climbing an unfamiliar corporate ladder. The contestants have to climb a rope ladder of 15 feet height and ring a bell. A strong grip is crucial on this one.
Ladder one, which will give you enthusiasm to go and ringing the bell and coming down.
Some contestants have been tactful and have managed to beat this daunting climb, but others are struggling to make their way to the top.
Sounding that bell, that was a little easy.
brain freeze is an ice shock challenge where the participants have to cross a 4 feet deep pool filled to the brim with ice cubes. What better way to beat the heat of the race?
The fact that I travel a lot and I've traveled in colder countries and been in snow and ice many times, so I knew what was it going to be like. So I didn't hesitate for a moment. I jumped in. I knew what was going to happen. There's going to be some numbness in the feet, and I just made sure that it was real swift for me, so that I was able to kind of breeze through that.
As soon as I jumped inside the tub, it was totally cool, and I was unable to understand what to do next, because in physical activity we always do physical activity, and never we used to face water or something like cool atmosphere at that time. But that was the first situation when I realized that what a cool atmosphere can do to your warm body.
So the moment I was inside it, my legs were numb and I was not able to flung the wall there. And then I had to take support and get out of it. I already consumed a lot of time there.
I skipped that pool for a simple reason that I thought I would take more than 2 minutes to complete that. By the time I was exhausted, I thought I would use that time in getting the key quicker and get out of it, so I skipped it.
Just before the finish line lies a final mental challenge, a set of 5 locks with 5 corresponding keys. The contestant has to unlock any one lock, but which permutation and combination is the right one? That's the catch.
You come out of this -degree temperature, brain freeze obstacle, and then you have to experience something of a mind thing, and you have just 5 locks and 5 keys, and you have to just unlock one lock from those 5 keys. Is something like a mental trauma for you. Your hands are not working, they are shivering, they are unable to hold the keys. You don't know which key will fit in which lock.
By the time I reached that lock activity, I was completely lost because my legs were literally shivering. Though I was lucky there, the first key I picked up fitted well in the first lock.
It was completely luck. To get the first key to open the lock, it was very difficult.
If you are lucky, you will open the key in the first attempt. Else you need to search all the keys to open the lock.
My strategy was to pick one lock and keep trying the keys. And then, of course, because I had seen earlier participants where they were fumbling, so I had one strategy in mind as to how I'm going to hold, and then making sure that I don't use the same key twice. And luckily, third key worked, and I was able to cross that hurdle pretty easily.
The final one on the lock was pretty easy. I was lucky in the third key to get it, but by the time you know that the destination is just there, so you somehow make it happen.
We have to work together and complete the task, and we have to win this competition, and we have to give a good name to self. Individually, we have to get good name, and as a corporate, definitely we have to prove our corporate is the fittest corporate.
Alrighty then, it might just sound cliche, but all's well that ends well. Finally, here is the leaderboard. And this has completely changed from what we saw in the first half. The winners from Hyderabad are Team GMR stands victorious at 14 minutes and 18 seconds. Number 2 is Team JDA at 16 minutes and 37 seconds. Team Karvi is third with 17 minutes and 19 seconds. Team Sahas stands at number 4 with 17 minutes and 46 seconds. 36 teams participated in Devil Circus Swift Challenge in Hyderabad. GMR and JDA have emerged victors. There's one thing that binds each and every person who stepped foot on this circuit today. and that's honor. The honor to push oneself beyond their own limits, the honor of one's teammates, and honor of one's company. Everyone who ran this circuit has, in their own way, pushed their limits of their body, their endurance, and their fear. Next week, the action moves to Pune, the land of Peshwas. Hardy corporate warriors will clash once again in 200-meter obstacle course. See you at the Devil's Circuit Swift Challenge next week on NTV Prime. This is Aparshiti saying bye-bye.